Okay.
Child, he said he was going to be grown. That's where he was going.
That's good. Keep me a little warm.
All right. The witness had stated that he asked Mr. J. Lee, "Where are you at?" At that time, there was objection, I assume, in anticipation of what the answer that question was going to be. Anyway, I assume that's. I assume that he's going to say J. Lee responded in some manner. Is that correct?
That's correct.
That's what you're objecting to.
And basically, if the court would allow, the state would proffer that.
Tell me what the answer to that question would have been.
Jay Lee is basically going to say to Mr. Fears that he's on his way to meet somebody. They've gotten an argument before, but he's going back because he's expecting some benefit, a sexual benefit.
Ooh. Child, if the jury can't hear it, we heard it.
Defense contends that's hearsay. Is it offered for the truth of the matter, sir?
It is not.
What's it offered for then?
I'm going to let Wynn argue this point.
All right. Well, if it is, if it's either is or is not offered for truth of the matter, sir.
The way it would not be is because
I'm gonna let Gwen. I'm gonna let one of you time argue. I'm gonna pick your best horse to ride. Go ahead.
Yes, Your Honor. Your Honor, well, our argument is twofold. We're offering it for the truth of the matter that he was going to go somewhere. The hearsay exception for it is the then and there existing mental state or condition. Your Honor, I actually have a case cite for the court. It is Holloman v. State, 178 Southern 3rd 689.
If you would give me just a second to get my able assistant, I want to actually read the case instead of, not that I don't take y'all's word for what it says, but I like to read it myself. Did you get that cite, Will?
I can give the court an overview while you're waiting for it to
All right, go ahead, please do.
In that case, Holloman was charged with having killed his wife. Her friend, his wife's name was Laura, and Laura spoke to, Katie, her friend, before leaving. She told Katie that she was leaving him, that she wanted a divorce, and that she was taking her clothes from the closet, packing them up, and leaving. It was within the court's discretion, of course, in the admissibility, but the argument was that it was a statement of the declarant's then existing state of mind, emotion, sensation, or physical condition, such as intent, plan, motive, design, mental feeling, or pain. And it did not include memory or belief to prove the fact remembered. It was just what she was going to do, and related to her execution or identification of the declarant's will. Mr. Fears is here to testify as to what J. Lee was telling of what his intent was, and why his intent was that. It is similar to the statements made by Holloman's wife to her friend regarding what she intended to do, which is that she was going to leave him and she was going to pack her clothes and that she wanted a divorce. In that case, it was allowed to come in. It was affirmed by the court. And Your Honor probably has a case by now.
Let me, can you direct me to a head note or something to the good spot?
Yes, it's actually
Head note number 10 there, spontaneous statement.
head of 6. The paragraph before that has section 3. So whether the trial court erroneously admitted hearsay statements by the victim.
Y'all give me just a second.
He just said that he was going to be grown. Child. My whole thing is, if you don't want to be caught up in something like this, then don't participate. He said what Jay told him. Yeah, so it's hearsay. But what she's saying is she brought in a case because he was explaining to him what happened and he was going to go back and why he was going to go back. So his state of mind as to why he's returning was the actual favor. Now it's up to the judge to let it in because the case
later testifies that this information it is going to come into how when the detective testifies it's about how they proceeded in their investigation.
You're right.
And then later on, the defendant admits that he invited him over. So it's, even if it was ruled not a hearsay exception, Your Honor, although we do believe it to be one, it would be harmless because the same information is coming.
I'll hear from the defense, but anybody want to can argue it.
The case that they cited is making reference to a statement made in the presence of a witness that observed the event occur as to some type of assault. That's not the case here. Also, what they're telling the court is that they anticipate that if you let it in now, it would be harmless error because it's going to come in later. Your Honor, under that particular case law, it doesn't satisfy the exception as a present sense impression.
Yeah, it came
we
in
had
during his
conversations about
interrogation, but
conduct
guess what?
that,
He gonna
may or
try
may
to
not
probably.
occur between
He's probably gonna try to.
the declarant.
The interrogation video
someone
is
else.
horrible.
They've
I
cited
don't even
another
think
court
that I'm gonna play it.
I'm gonna
That
take it
part
to
of the
raise
trial
case
is
in its
horrible. You
entirety
can't
anyway.
even understand anything. Yeah, so basically, he overruled it anyway, which I knew he was gonna do anyway, because he's been working like in the. No, he's overruled it, so he overruled it. Okay, what am I thinking? I'm thinking he sustained it. He overruled it, so basically he's gonna allow it. Woo! Whoa! Let's see what this gonna be about. Yeah. Why he standing there? It ain't his turn.
I'm listening, go ahead.
The witness observed the activity between the alleged victim and the defendant, and as a result of that, the statement, she packing up going to divorce the individual, the court ruled because she had observed something and that statement was made during the course of that particular.
I thought he overruled it
statement
already.
made
Why
after
are we
that.
here? Hell
Between the two. It's clearly not here.
Love, did he overrule it, Rebecca?
Let me just leave one more second. Like,
Because he saw it. He saw Jay outside. Same thing. He saw Jay outside. Child. I'm so glad he going back to trial. Let me see if they got a new trial date for his behind. Yeah. Oh. Oh yeah. Let me see if my. Oh, whatever. Did he overrule it? Come on now.
I don't find this usually rule being 803.3 rules of evidence. A statement of the declarant's then existing state of mind, emotion, sensation, physical condition, such as intent, plan, motive, design, mental feeling, pain, and bodily health. If the testimony is, I'd ask the witness to step out for a minute because I don't want him. I don't know what the testimony is going to be, and I don't want to be giving anybody a course on what to say.
Okay. He came suited and booted,
As it relates
the
to,
witness. I like that.
As to the extent that the statement by Jay Lee to this witness is to what his plan was, I will allow it to be introduced. Nothing further than that. Nothing further than what his plan was. And I don't know what statement it is, but if it's something more than what he planned to do, it'll be excluded. As to what he planned to do, it'll be admissible. Is that clear as mud? And if somebody wants to give me a proffer of what that statement is anticipated to be, I'll tell you what portion of it is admissible and what portion of it is not admissible.
Thank you, Rebecca.
He testified he was basically on like a FaceTime with Jay Lee as he was leaving his apartment. He wasn't at home. And
Yeah, and it doesn't show who liked
Jay Lee
it
was telling
if
him
you're
that he was
here.
going,
You don't
where
have
he
to
was going
leave.
and why he
Just
was
hit the
going.
like button. It won't
I'm
tell
going
me who
back
liked
to meet
it.
this guy I met with
Thank
earlier,
you,
watching one
Rebecca.
thing because we had a fight earlier. And that's what the statement is going to be.
I'm not going to let the part about because we had a fight earlier in. He can say that I'm planning on going somewhere, but I'm not going to let him talk about that.
Yeah, but he planned to go somewhere and get some. Look, he planned to go somewhere and get him something.
Y'all carried me pretty far down the hearsay road already. That's as far as I'm going.
May I make a record?
You please do. You can make any proffer proof that you like.
Once he hears that information, this is on the early morning hours of July the 8th, 5:58. On July the 11th, he has sent a post from social media from OPD asking for information on the whereabouts of Jay Lee. It's that information about the fight and about where he was going that resulted in this witness on his own contacting law enforcement to provide them that information. Whether it's true or not, doesn't matter. Because of the nature of the information, it was important that he tell law enforcement.
We'll cross that bridge when we get to those witnesses. But as to this witnesses, I'm going to let him testify as to what Jay Lee's plan was. The plan is I'm going to see, I'm going to see some guy, basically. But I'm not going to, I don't think that the reasoning.
But he is
the plan not
returning.
same
He
plan.
already went to see him, so he's going back.
You can ask the defendant,
Child, they get on my nerve.
what Jay Lee told him about where he was planning to go.
Okay.
And what he was planning to do, as to his motivation as to why he made that plan, or as to why he was going where he was going. I want to exclude that testimony. That's not part of the plan.
Child.
That's the basis behind the plan. All right, and if you need me to discuss that with your attorney with your witness before you get back before the jury, I'll let you do that. Court get it on finance. For purposes of this witness's,
Child.
this witness is hearsay.
And I get it.
The complete statement may
Right.
not be hearsay, but for purposes of this witness at this time, the court's going to find it as hearsay.
So where he was planning to go. I was just writing down what Your Honor said the question was.
Do it now?
I was writing down the question. Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay. Anybody have any objection, Mr. Creekmore advising, or we're going to do it here on the record, any limitations of it? Okay, all right.
Yeah, he is sitting there like he is like hold on, let me speed this up so we can get past this so we can get him back. Oh, he back already. I have it sped up, believe it or not.
You wish
But
me to address the witness, or y'all want to try to talk to the witness? Do y'all wish me to address the witness on some limitations, or y'all want to try to do that?
I've spoken to Mr. Fears about the court's ruling
Okay.
with respect to not saying anything in the presence of the jury about Jay Lee saying that they had been into a fight earlier. Is that correct, Mr. Fears? Okay.
All right, shut the jury back in.
then he ain't say nothing about he was going back. He just said they can't say nothing about an earlier fight. But he was going back to you know what. So let's see why they're going to work this. Watch. Let's see if the defense objects again. Because he just said, don't say that he was going, they had a fight earlier. But he was going back. So he was just going to go back. The fight is important to me. Because why he was just going back to get.
We were talking about you noticing on your phone.
It changes. the meaning of why he's going back.
You got a message
by
from Jay.
eliminating that.
5:21 a.m.
Yes, sir. 5:21 a.m. He texted me. He said, "I'm bored."
Okay. All right. And then you called him
5:58. I called him.
5:58.
5:58.
And you could tell he was going somewhere?
Yes.
Did you hear him get in his car?
Yes.
Did you know what kind of car he had?
He had a black Ford car with his name on the tag.
Jay Lee on the back?
Yeah.
Any other noticeable features about the car?
No, it had a big stripe on the front of it.
Okay. All right. And could you hear the car in the background?
Yes.
All right. And what was said in that conversation?
Justice
with
for Jay Lee.
He was just telling me about how he had seen someone earlier, and he was going to see the person who he had seen earlier, and he described the things that they did. He also told me that
He understands the assignment because he's doing well.
Yes. Sir.
He saw him earlier. He said he saw him earlier. He
What
didn't
happened
say
after
not
that?
to say that.
okay,
What else did he say?
he said,
He keeps listen, Linda. Listen, Linda.
What his plans were?
What was
In
his
that
plan?
conversation,
What did he say?
tell you what his plans were?
he said he was going to get oral sex, receive oral sex.
Oh, he was the get. Ooh. That makes it worse. Oh, he was down there. A goop.
Thank you, hon. Was it your understanding that he was going to meet somebody for that oral sex?
Correct.
All right. What if, were you concerned about that?
I mean, yeah,
All right. Why were you concerned?
because of what he previously told me.
Okay. Well, did you know enough about Jay Lee in the LGBT community to know that he was out in the open?
Yeah.
Okay. Did you know anything about his preferences?
Yeah, he communicated with me what he liked.
Okay.
He told me what he also attracted, though.
And
Oh, the jury is like I am.
look up to you in some way?
I would say so, yeah. We were,
And why is that?
because I was a
No, I
27-year-old
don't
man.
think so.
I mean, I'm not new to this. I've been around the block. I know how it works. I know how it goes.
All right. And did
Oh,
you
you've
give
been
any
around the
advice
block.
about that?
Yeah, I would tell him that like a down low man or like a man who isn't comfortable with their sexuality is not someone you want to be out here hooking up with. I was like, because, you know, if
What did you tell him?
I told him, I said they would kill you before their dirty little secret gets exposed.
Oh, wow.
Now,
What a premonition.
how would you
Wow.
describe
Whoa.
Jay Lee, his personality?
Well, first of all, Jay was very brave. You know what I'm saying? He was very fun, friendly. He loved to dance, vibrant, bright.
And when you saw him, was he typically always put together,
Well,
fashionable?
he was
what about his
oh my
relationship
God.
with his
He
dog?
was the guy was giving at
going
the
around.
table.
Didn't go anywhere without Lexi.
Are you smiling now,
And when you were talking to Jay Lee,
Mr. Giver?
5:58 a.m., how did he sound then? Did he sound depressed or
No.
concerned about anything?
No.
Did he sound more like the Jay Lee that you're used to? Vibrant,
Yes.
excited?
He sounded like he was going to go have some fun.
Okay.
He didn't know that was the end of his life. Wow.
Of course, indulgence. All right. Did you know Jay Lee to use social media?
Yes.
Did you pay attention to what he posted?
Yes.
All right. And then after July the 8th, well, let me ask you this. Did you know him to post often and regularly?
Jay would post every day on his story.
And then after your last conversation with him, did you ever see him post anything again?
I did not.
All right. Now, did he ever try to contact you again
After?
after?
No.
Did you ever try to contact him?
Yeah, I reached out to him and I said, hey, friend. And it never got opened. The message was never opened.
Message was never opened. All right. Then what happened on July the 11th? of 2022?
July the 11th. Okay, I woke up, getting ready to go to my shift. I got ready, and before I'm leaving out the door, I'm checking my phone, looking at my messages, and someone messaged me saying, "Hey, I see that you've been hanging out with Jay a lot. He's missing. Have you seen him?"
Okay.
So that happened, and once I got to work, I reached out to the number that was on the UPD, the campus police.
Did they send you the post from University Police Department
Yeah.
sending out a request for information?
Yeah,
So you had that post?
Mhm.
You called that number?
right.
All right. And what happened after that?
I worked my normal regular shift. Two police officers, I'm assuming, came to my job later on that night and interviewed me.
Okay. So you reached out to law enforcement to
Yeah.
tell them what you knew, to see, did you know whether that was going to be helpful or not?
Well, I mean, I knew it would because I knew what kind of conversation we had.
Right. Okay. So when you found out Jay Lee was missing, it made, in your mind, that conversation even more important.
Absolutely.
Okay. Court's adjourned. End of the witness, Your Honor.
I don't think they will not.
Good morning,
be the
Mr.
same
Spears. How you doing
jury.
today?
I'm well.
I missed it. I just wanted, you work at Badgers. What are your job responsibilities? I just wanted it on my notes. What you
Yes,
do out there.
Rebecca.
I was in
yeah.
X-ray tech at the time,
Are you still doing that now?
I'm still in X-ray tech today,
But not at Badgers.
but not at Baptist.
Sound like you worked a lot of hours.
Did. I worked 40 hours a week.
12 on, 12 off, and that's a full-time job you had there, right?
Right.
How long had you been working there?
Been working there since 2020.
Okay. And so when you testified earlier that you met Jay Lee in the park, when was that? How long had you known Jay Lee